Hi, so in this class of cloud computing, today we will study about the various cloud computing characteristics and the various cloud components. So first of all, we will here discuss about the cloud characteristics. Firstly, we have the cloud characteristics. So we have different number of cloud characteristics here, like your on-demand self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, and elasticity in your cloud infrastructure here. So first of all, we have here the on-demand self-servicing. So it means that the cloud computing platform allows the users uh, to use the web services and resources on demand. That means the various applications which are delivered on these platforms, they can be accessed by the users here on demand. So that means one can simply log on and use the various services. So this is the first characteristics of your cloud computing. That means the on demand self service for the customers, for the users. Next one is your broad network access. So, broad network access means that the cloud computing is totally a web based technology. That means it can be accessed anywhere and anytime. Since when we started the definition here of a cloud computing, we say that it's a remote access of the various applications that could be utilized as your utilities over the internet. So that makes it as a broad network access technology. That means it is completely web internet based. It can be accessed anytime and from any location here. Third one is the resource pooling. That means the sharing of the resources here. So cloud computing here allows the multiple tenants to share a pool of resources. Now the resources here basically refers to the hardware and the databases. So that means the hardware and database here can be shared among the various tenants here. So this allows a flexibility in the cloud computing systems here by providing the resource pooling option. Next one we have is the rapid elasticity. Now, rapid elasticity means that it is easy to scale up or scale down the resources at any time. That means resources which are once allocated, they are automatically monitored here. So these are here some of the characteristics of your cloud computing systems, like your on-demand service, your broad network access, the resource pooling, and the rapid elasticity. Now, after the cloud characteristics, the next we have the cloud components. That means the various components which makes this a working platform. So the next topic here is the cloud components. So cloud has basically three important components, which are your client computers, the data centers, and the distributed services. And all the services which are being provided with these components are provided over the internet here. So we will see the various components here are, first of all, like if we have here the internet. So we have the client computers here. Then we have the data center. And then the distributed servers, the cloud components which we have here. So we'll discuss all of the components here one by one. So first of all, we have here is the client computers, so or simply the clients. Now, these clients are the devices that interacts with the cloud. That means these are the devices which are used here by us, by the users to interact with the cloud. So that means on the basis of these devices or with the help of these devices, we are here able to access the cloud services. So these cloud computers are basically the devices that interacts with the cloud. So we have various client devices here like your computers which just simply sits on the desk, and with the help of that we are able to access the services. Now these days we have laptops, tablets and mobile phones. So with these client computers or with these devices the end users interacts to manage their information on the cloud, or that means they with the help of these devices they interact with the cloud so that they can manage their services or access the various applications over the cloud. Now these clients also have here three categories. So these three categories here are mobile client, thin client and the tech client. So first one which we have here is mobile, then the thin, and then the tech cloud. Now, first of all, we have here mobile. So this simply corresponds to our smartphones. This category here simply refers to the smartphones here. Now we have two other main categories which are your thin and thick. So if we just talk about the thin clients, so these are the clients, these are the client computers that do not have internal hard drives, but they let the servers do all the work. So these that's why they're called here as thin clients, because they don't have any internal hard drives, but their operation here is carried out by the servers. Now, after that, we have the thick clients. So these thick clients are basically the regular computers which uses a web browser to connect to the cloud. But these days, thin clients are becoming popular solution because these have lower hardware cost because of the lower hardware cost than the lower IT cost, because these clients will be managed by the servers. After that, security, which is a main issue here. Now, according to the security perspective here, we can say that the processing takes place on the server. So there is a less chance here of the malware invading. So we have a security feature also here for your thin clients. Then data security is also here with the same reason, because all the processing here take place at the server. After that, less power consumption and ease of repair because of the less hardware here. So we have the ease of repair, and then we have the less power consumption also. So these are the factors which makes these thin clients more popular as compared to the thick clients, because the thick clients are the regular computers here, the regular system of accessing the network. That means the internet services with the help of web browser, and then you can access the various applications over there. So this was the first component here for your cloud systems, which was your client computers. That means the devices which are used by the users to interact with the cloud to access the various to manage their various information on the cloud platform. Now, after client, the next component which we have here is the data center. Now, the data center is the collection of servers. It is simply the collection of servers. Now, server, where the application to which you are subscribed is placed. So that means the servers here contains the various number of applications which are used here by the different number of users here. So in overall, the data center is collection of all such kind of servers which here contains the number of applications to which the various users are subscribed here, or to the various applications to which the user is subscribed. So this contains here the applications, your servers. Now, this server here could be a large room in a basement of a building. That means it will be a room full of servers. Now, here with providing this data centers and the servers, we have a concept of virtualizing the servers. That means virtualization here is an important concept of the cloud computing. That means uh, we can deploy, or we can say that virtualization here is an important deployment tool of the cloud computing. That means we're providing the various virtual devices, the virtual servers here. So we are using the concept of virtual server here. That means it allows the multiple instances of virtual servers here. Now, after the data centers, the next component here for cloud computing is the distributed servers. Next one is the distributed servers. Now, it means that servers don't have to be housed in the same locations. That means all of the servers cannot be placed in the same locations, but they could be placed in some another location. So that's why these are called as distributed services. That distributed servers, that means they are present in different locations. Present in different location here. So they may be present here in different locations, but for subscribers, these act as if they are placed right next to each other. So that means they are working in such a manner that the subscriber, or to the subscriber, they appears as if they are placed next to each other. But in practical manner, these servers are geographically distributed. That means they are placed here at different locations. So these three components, the distributed servers, the data centers, which is a collection of servers, and then your client. So these are the components here which enable this cloud computing technology. That means user has to connect to the internet, and then he can access the various web cloud-based applications here. So here we just started about the various cloud computing characteristics and cloud computing components. That means the various components which are used here to deploy the cloud computing platform. So this is all here for today's class. Thank you so much.